Okay, I have chapter 2, data file. Open up here in the workbook. As I said, it's made up of 4 worksheets: budget summary, budget detail, mortgage payments, and card-based payments. So let's start with budget detail because that was the sheet that had the most amount of formulas to create. And in order for the budget summary sheet to work, remember that we had to pull information from the budget detail, the mortgage payments, and the card-based payments into these different categories up on this sheet. So I'm going to switch over to budget detail. And again, notice we've got our different categories of expenses here. We've got a calculation that we're going to create for percent of total, a monthly spend calculation, what we plan to spend annually, what we spent last year, and then the percent change year over year for spending amount. At the bottom, this line 12 is a row which calculates totals. So we're going to calculate our total monthly spend, our total annual spend, and our total last year spent. And then below that are some statistical measures that will come later. So let's start with the monthly spend formula. So I'm going to select that cell C3, and I'm going to determine how much our spending is for a month. So as you recall, to start a formula, you enter an equal sign first, and that tells Excel that you're ready to put in some kind of formula. So I can type the cell locations that I'm referencing to. I can type the actual values and whatnot. So we're just going to do some math. So if this were my calculator, I would say my annual spend here is $3,000. And then I'm going to divide, so the divide symbol in Excel, 3,000 divided by 12, and I'm going to hit enter, and that tells me that's $250 per month. Now, what I just did is absolutely wrong. Our value is $3,000, right? We got that from the annual spend category, or annual spend column. As I said in my earlier video, best practices in Excel is to reference cell locations with a value and not use the actual number. So the better formula, so I'm going to hit delete and get rid of that. A better formula would be to reference that cell. So remember, I put an equal sign in. The equal sign tells Excel it's going to be a formula. I'm going to select with my mouse, my left mouse click, and notice what's happening. It's giving me the cell reference. So it's going to calculate whatever's sitting in D3. And I'm going to divide. And in this case, I'm actually going to do the number 12. And I get the same value, or the same number. But the beauty of that is if I were to change my annual spend to $5,000, for example, notice my calculation automatically updates. If I had hard-coded, so I'm going to undo that, if I had hard-coded my formula, then obviously my number would not have changed. So let's go ahead and copy this down. This was from chapter 1 where we copied. So select the cell, come over to the lower right corner, and your cursor changes from a big fat plus sign to a little plus sign, and just drag that down. And what I always do when I'm doing an Excel spreadsheet is to check and make sure the values are working, that it's making sense. So in this case, $1,200 divided by 12 is 100. So yep, the formulas are working.